Welcome back to the Lanterne Rouge Cycling Podcast Watch Along. We have 30.4 Ks to go in the Tour de France Stage 7. We've got a breakaway with Alex Baudin, Geraint Thomas, Ewan Costu, the Little Red Fire Truck, and Ivan Garcia Cortina, who has been excellent for Movistar this week. Marco Haller was in the breakaway. He was dropped on the rolling terrain coming into the Mur de Bretagne, which we're going to do 2 times. It's 10 Ks until the first climb. The time they go up, 2K, 7%. It's irregular. There's then a kicker on a wide road afterwards, about 1.5Ks, 5%. Then wide roads, they go down south again with some crosswind from their left, I think, and then come back up again north to do it all over again. The last 400 meters of the climb is 1.5%. So if you're a puncher, you need to get separation beforehand. And the peloton's 1 minute behind the breakaway at the moment with UAE in control. Benji, what's your thoughts on the stage so far?
Well, so far we had a pretty serious breakaway formation again, just like yesterday, where yesterday was like 100 kilometers of the breakaway forming. Today about 60 kilometers as well. So there were a lot of teams that wanted to be in the breakaway, but at a certain point there was a moment where these 5 riders went off the front and all the teams that were in the breakaway and some that don't want to be in the breakaway were kind of blocking the road. And then the riders that might have missed it weren't necessarily fast enough to get through and maybe launch a counter-offensive, etc. So those 4 riders got a gap of 45 seconds. Took a bit longer than expected, maybe. Because, I don't know, I expect the break to form a bit quicker than yesterday, maybe, on today's stage. But
it did. It still took longer than maybe we thought, but it was a bit quicker, maybe because Intermarché didn't control for so long, because the intermediate sprint we had much deeper into the stage. I think the curious thing to me, Benji, is so when it's 2 strong teams, and 2 of the strongest teams this first week is UAE and Alpecin, when 2 of those teams decide it's going to be from the peloton, then it's going to be very, very difficult to get in the break when it's so flat, when there's no categorized climbs to start. What's curious to me is I was like, okay, Alpecin I didn't expect to control. Van der Poel, big day in the break yesterday, fully cracked at the end, in yellow by 1, and is he really backing himself against Pogačar on this finish? It is 1,000 meters less elevation gain, but then I thought, okay, they said last night after we finished, he's going for green. And if you're going for green, then you can bring back the intermediate, you could bring back the breakaway early, or you could go for the intermediate sprint just following, and then you maximize, let's say he doesn't win today, but he comes 3rd, he still gets a good 20 points.
And also, the way Alpecin takes on this Tour de France has changed a little bit. They started off with 2 main objectives, which was sprinting with Philipsen, where they would control sprint stages, and now Puncher stage with Mathieu van der Poel, where they would either control the Puncher stages or go in the breakaway with Mathieu van der Poel, like we saw yesterday, to try and win the stage. But if I then look at the coming 2 sprint stage with Philipsen gone, Groves is not exactly a top 3 favorite in those sprints. So to me, it would be logical that Alpecin does not take the full-on responsibility on sprint stages anymore. So they arguably can afford to do more on a stage like this then, no?
Exactly. I mean, it's a flat start too. It's not that hilly. Like yesterday was hard. I mean, they did that 2.2K 8% climb, the Ransonnière climb, full gas. I mean, Jonas Rickard, he can't help you after that. There was a gruppetto on 10 minutes even before then. So here they can control a little bit better. That being said, the fact that Van der Poel didn't even roll through at the intermediate, Benji, that's not how you're going to win green.
Yeah.
So that was the really strange part to me. I mean, to beat Bini and Milan, you got to put in energy. Maybe too much energy. But to roll in with Anthony Turgis,
there's still points available.
It's not a big points delta. You get 10 points or something. And it's not for free, but it's not the biggest amount of effort. So that was the really curious thing to me today. So,
because like him not going for an intermediate sprint to save energy for the final fight versus Pogačar, a fight that on paper he's not the favorite in, I understand that, but I think the balance is like you say, then roll over the line in maybe 4th, 5th position in the peloton and try and take some points. It's not, just don't sprint all out against the likes of Milan and Biniam. You're not winning that sprint anyway.
Yeah, by now, and this happens every Tour de France, the first intermediate sprint on the first flat stage, you've got 4 full lead outs, 7 sprinters fully going for it. Today, by now, there's literally 2 sprinters seriously contesting the intermediates.
Yeah.
And Turgis is just rolling along, I think, because you get some UCI points and some prize money for coming 3rd or 4th in the competition. He's just rolling on and getting 3rd for free. So that was really surprising. To go back to the race, the drag race has begun now, 26.8 Ks to go. Into the bottom of the first Mur de Bretagne, or actually there's a hill before they do the first Mur de Bretagne, which is actually harder than it looks. They got a crosswind from their right-hand side, and you can see the pelotons actually, the guys at the back are not having the best time. The breakaway's taken it back, another 5 seconds or so. I think Alpecin, UAE, Visma Lease Bike, Trek, all the teams are in position. Picnic Post and L for Only. And once you're in position, uphill, don't push any harder. You just look across, make sure you ride, block it, and you establish your position with the minimum of effort. So the breakaway is actually pushing on a little bit. But yeah, this break, Benji has no chance, right?
I don't think so either. From the get-go already, because UAE and Alpecin both controlling, I'm sorry, but it's over, So I never believed in this breakaway from the second it was formed. Yes, it was a solid breakaway, but UAE wants a stage. Alpecin wants to try and control the stage for a potential victory of Mathieu van der Poel, which he might not be the favorite, but he might as well try at that point, no? So this break was not making it, especially because it's only 5 riders, Well,
Van der Poel has to go for it now. I mean, he made his team close everything in break formation. We've got a massive hailstorm outside right now.
Crazy.
Don't know if Luke parked on the street. So we'll see how he goes with that. Hopefully it doesn't last too long, but we got some golf ball size. Oh, not golf ball. I'm exaggerating. Pretty big hailstones popping up outside. Toby's asleep. And we have Kevin Vauquelin being positioned by our Airbnb Hotel as well. Quick Stepper on the right-hand side of the peloton as they look at it. Who do you like as... So the outsiders for today are Vauquelin, Gregoire, Only. And that's been the same for... I mean, we've had...
Remco? Late attack kind of vibes?
Because as you say, if you don't get separation on the steep part of Mur de Bretagne, it can be... I mean, normally it's, I think, a late attacker has won. Viermos, Van der Poel, they typically win. But
it's just crazy how these stages have evolved, because back in the day, if you ride this in 2012 or something, or 2015, you might say that a peak Michael Matthews might actually be competitive on it. But it's now so dominated by GC teams. Patrick is flustered by the amount of golf balls falling out of the sky outside. This hailstorm is ridiculous, but I'm happy the riders are not under it, because that would have been a bit of a disaster. Gap is 1 minute, 24 kilometers to go. The climb is starting in about, let's take a look here for a second, in about a small 7-ish kilometers, I would say. But you've got that hill before it. Do you think that hill before it will already be a hill where we'll see teams making it more difficult?
Yeah, well, they're just going to sprint up it for position. At the moment, there's a Feeney on the front for Visma, with Vingegaard in the wheel, Sivakov for UAE Team Emirates, Danny Van Poppel for Red Bull Bora Hansgrohe in the Dutch Natty Champs jersey. Luke, if you need to move the car, you want to move it or? Yeah. Sure.
It's too late now.
Exactly, yeah. Hey, show the stream, move the camera, show the stream outside. And you're now about to see Toby watching the golf balls out. I'm not sure if it zooms in enough, but...
It's crazy. It's generally crazy. Anyway.
Yeah.
This is going up, mate. Should we be worried?
Exactly. I mean, the thing is as well, it's only a break of now 4 guys. Yeah. Secondly, they're not the Ben Healey's of the world, so it's not the strongest group. Like, on the first Mur de Bretagne, they're going to probably lose 40 seconds. It's a 5-minute effort. And we're just in a waiting game now. 22.7 Ks to go. I think it's going to be an exciting finish. There's going to be people trying stuff. There's going to be attacks. At the end of the day, it's hard to imagine, for me, anything but a Pogačar victory, because his sprinters look so good and because it comes so shortly after such a hard effort. I think, Van der Poel's not going to drop him, right? Where does Van der Poel drop him?
Well, I don't see that either, unless Pogačar is fully focused on Jonas. But there's going to be just a drag race of Visma and UAE on the climb itself. So, unlike the Viermos edition, I see a harder time for maybe an attacker to take it, unless the GC teams are running out of riders. And when they're running out of riders, then I'd expect the Pogacar to make a move, even on a climb like this. So I really think Pogacar wants to win the stage. He didn't spend his entire team, but he spent some of his team controlling the stage. So he's not just going to let it go, and he is the clear favorite here, in my opinion. You might say, but Mathieu van der Poel won here in 2021.
Yeah, there was no control then.
It's different that way. You're right. There was no control in the group, but also on top of that, Pogacar, as the way they've been riding these climbs, etc., you're going to have a full-on lead out by whether it's Visma or UAE on this climb. So yeah, at the end of the day, I just don't see Mathieu van der Poel having it, especially after yesterday. Bro was cooked.
Yeah, that's the surprising thing about the way they approached this stage. At one point in the break formation, he jumped in a move or two, and I thought, okay, maybe they're changing tack, and he's going to go in a group of 20 with Vermeersch with him and try to battle it out from the breakaway. I think for green jersey, that also probably would have maximized his chances, because then the break would have taken all the green jersey points away from Milan and Bini, and he can still go for, at least podium stage honours, if not better, from the breakaway. I mean, if you're good enough to back yourself to beat Poggi on this finish, then you're good enough to win from the break against anybody. But as you say, Benji, it's different now. Like in 21, it was Quintana attacked, it stopped. Colbrelli sort of half attacked, it stopped. And then Van der Poel went in the lull. Poggi let him go. That's not happening in 2025.
But especially then, the way we've seen Visma climb that second last climb yesterday, for example, they put tempo into the race. They tried to hard pace that climb. They actually reduced the riders that UAE had to put anything into a lead out for Pogacar, because on the last hill to the finish line, it was only Almeida left and he was cooked. So you saw yesterday that the Visma Lab strategy of making the final hard yesterday reduced the lead out of Pogacar. The thing is, for a stage like this, for example, you see those final two climbs. If Pogacar and Jonas ride fresh to the final climb, then Pogacar gaps Vingegaard, in my opinion.
Yeah, most likely. Although on Saint-Hilaire, there was a lead out there as well. I'm trying to get the multi-screen because unfortunately I've realised that we're not going to see the peloton while this breakaway still exists, so we've not seen the drag race at all. But the breakaway is now onto the hill before the Mur de Bretagne as they enter the village. Visma have assumed front position of the peloton through that road furniture, and Baudin is leading the breakaway, which has held its gap quite well, actually, despite there being the lead-outs behind.
What do you see, my friend?
I see Visma in good position, Simon Philip is even there, and Alpecin with Van der Poel are in good position. Wellens is trying to move up. I don't see Pogacar, but I'm sure he's not far. Garcia Cortina attacks in the breakaway, but this breakaway is they're doomed. A lame duck, I'm afraid. And
the Visma strategy of yesterday, if they are consistent with that, they will be hard pacing a climb like this, and that's probably why they are fighting for position as well, to be at the front to do so. Because, like I hinted at earlier, the two thought processes that I saw yesterday in the race in the final was Visma tries to reduce the difference in explosivity between Pogacar and Vingegaard versus what we see yesterday as well was reducing the lead out of UAE. So I think that's their game plan maybe for these last two climbs, and let's see if that happens.
Sivakov takes back control. Benji, which GC fringe top 10 guy or better is losing a full 25 seconds today?
Well, is Carlos Rodriguez really still a fringe top 10?
He lost 16 yesterday, so today he should almost lose 30.
Yeah. From one of the favorites, it's hard to say because we've had so many puncher stages so far that the top riders in GC are the better punchers.
Sivakov is such a rat.
What just happened?
He finishes pull and then just starts trying to ride into Vingegaard.
I didn't see it. Can't judge it.
Try to ride over 500 watts for 30 seconds, buddy. It's 52 seconds now, the gap from the peloton to the breakaway. Garcia Cortina's mega strong.
I want to see this peloton. Come on, show it on the big screen.
Luke was saying G should have sat up because now he's getting dropped from the break. I mean, it's good that G got in the break.
Well, the only thing G can do in this race is try and get something out of the breakaway anyway. Like, he's not going to do anything in GC based on the last week.
Man, this hill before the Mur de Bretagne is hard. Oh, Baudin and Garcia Cortina are sprinting for KOM points? Or Costio just gave it to him? Or no? He just
still to come, I think.
Costio pushed him through and then attacked him for the points. What category was that?
That was I'm guessing a 4th cat climb.
That had to be a 4th cat. It wasn't hard at all.
Yeah, that's a 4th cat climb. Muur de Bretagne is a 3rd cat.
Man, Pollard was super. I think Pollard yesterday, he could have controlled the break. I really believe that.
Pollard was super strong.
Like, they made the choice for him to be on that rolling terrain. Pollard, like, you can't ride away from him. He might not be able to follow the initial.
Okay. Simmons moving up on the right side of the Visma train. We're
I think
still on the hill before Muur de Bretagne.
Simmons and Schoens are going for Schelmoser today. They're trying to position him. Jonas Abrahamsen's moving up to Tobias Halland Johansson on the right-hand side.
Before this race started, Thibaut Nys was a candidate for the stage. You don't see it anymore?
No.
Based on the last few days, it's hard to see it.
I mean, I think that's only still existing in the Flemish media. But, like, in what world would Thibaut... I mean, he's injured, isn't he?
Well, he crashed at the start of this Tour de France. Now, in peak Thibaut Nys form, I expect him to be able to be competitive on a stage like this.
But for Thibaut Nys, I mean, to me, it's a very different... Like, it's two different extremes, Benji. He does very few race days because he does the CX calendar.
Yeah.
He then does he comes back in with a couple of lighter one-day races like Canton Argau, and then he does the breakaways on the Muur de Bretagne. Then he does a couple of 1 weeks. But then the Tour de France he goes straight into. It's like he hasn't actually done full 65 race day seasons back to back. And then even if, like you say, oh, well, in theory he'd be there, but I don't think he's fresh. Like I think he's kind of cooked.
I assume so as well.
Harry Sweeney, class all-round rouleur, is positioning Ben Healy.
on the right?
Decathlon on the right. Almeida's on the wheel of Van der Poel. So Van der Poel is in front of Pogacar. Pogacar's in good position there. Vauquelin's around there taking a gel. Kostyu's gone solo from the breakaway. The red fire truck is looking good on the punchy French climbs. It's a crosswind from their right-hand side.
This is the steepest part, 16%, I think?
The steep part is they've walled off the fans, but it looks to me narrower than... Oh, COVID was in 21 still. Was that?
Yes.
Were there spectators in the 21 Tour de France?
There might have been a few, though, in 2021. 2020 was the no spectator.
My visual memory of this, Simon Felipe Yates starts to launch it. Almeida, Adam Yates responds. Narvaez is there. Almeida is sliding. Who is the borer? Lipovitz is on his wheel. But Visma ascending the steep section. God,
Simon Yates is leading it out for Vingegaard.
Adam and Simon Yates. They don't make panache like that. They say, "Oh, Champoussin, not again, Benji.
Not again. My Velo games in barrel."
Dude, me and you jinxed Champoussin so badly. I think Adam Yates is going to do a crazy lead out on last time Muur de Bretagne today.
Oh, that's
nearly crashed Campenarts. But it shows how steep it is. Wellens is struggling. He's dropping the wheel a little bit. Lipovitz is looking really, really strong. For Johnny Narvaez, this is an easy effort to absorb. And Visma might be isolated here, though, Benji. There's many UAEs lined up behind them. And can Simon Yates continue this effort?
Well, they're trying to make this climb as hard as possible, and Simon Yates is doing so, but it's hurting their own candidates, their own riders.
Lipovitz is so strong.
Climb is still a kilometer to go, by the way. That's for the breakaway.
Yeah, but it levels off. Roglic is there on the right-hand side. I see now Baudin is being caught from the breakaway.
You'd assume this really hurts Mathieu van der Poel, you know?
Man,
two climbs at that tempo is going to hurt Mathieu.
Yeah, that hurts Van der Poel. Kostyou looks strong. 33 seconds. He only lost 12 seconds despite that Yates launch. It's split it. Rodriguez is closing the split.
Mathieu is behind the split. Yes. Remco's in the front group.
Almeida's dropped.
Mathieu is struggling already.
Van der Poel is struggling. Almeida is struggling big time. He is right at the back. But to be honest, this is pretty normal for... yesterday was different, where normally Almeida doesn't actually lose time. Almeida looks like he's going to lose time. It looks like he's going to crack, and then he actually doesn't lose time. Yesterday was different. He did lose time. Normally here in this situation, Benji, I would give him the benefit of the doubt. He's being smart. I've got 4 teammates ahead.
Yeah.
I know they're not going to ride. It's going to come back together. So I save my legs on the really hardest moment when Simon Yates is pulling. But yesterday makes me think Almeida is really suffering.
Yeah, I think the usual strategy for Almeida back in the day especially was taking it a bit more at his own tempo on these kind of climbs and trying to really back in towards the top, etc. the downside is that yesterday after the stage, we saw him tired, leaning with his head against the team bus. And I can't get that out of my head, you know? We see still Simon Yates at the front. For Jonas Vingegaard, Lipovic still in the wheel, Wellens in that wheel. Remco's not too far behind that, Pogacar as well. I think Skelmos is there as well.
Skelly looks good.
Who else is still in that group? A lot of people, to be honest.
Carlos Rodriguez closed the split. I think maybe someone dropped the wheel in front of him. I don't know if it was Felix Gall, the decathlon. Kostyu's got 20 seconds now as he's about to crest over the top. He also gets the KOM points, which is important.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the mountains might be a bit hard for that. So in terms of numbers, we have
dropped.
Wellens, Pogacar, Adam Yates, Narvaez. And then Almeida's coming back. 5.
Yeah.
I think
if Almeida comes back.
He'll come back. He's there.
You'd assume, eh?
He's on the back with the picnic, with Buggy.
Okay, fair.
Van Wilder's there, Scoinger's there, Van der Poel.
Wellens takes over from Simon Yates over the top.
This is why I disagreed with. Van der Poel may still win and make me look stupid.
Wellens took the KOM points.
What's your feeling on Van der Poel winning the stage today?
Well, I said it yesterday. I didn't believe in it against Pogacar.
But now he might not even take green points. Like
true.
If they make it really a GC fight. Wellens now starts riding for Pogacar. Visma have Simon Philip, Vingegaard, Benoit, Jorgensen,
Wout,
Van Aert. Oh, did he? Oh, no.
Luke reports that Pogacar is angry at Visma because Pogacar wasn't able to take his beat on because a Visma rider was in between or something.
Alaphilippe dropped. Kostyou, this is where Kostyou has to take... Van Aert anticipates.
Wout van Aert attacking towards Kostyou. That's interesting. I did not expect that.
Vauquelin follows.
And Wellens is trying to close it now.
Wellens is now following. Why not that?
20 seconds is the gap now.
Vauquelin's got to calm down.
Let the man show his panache.
I think it's Haig maybe for Bahrain. Van Aert just lost his sunglasses when he turned his head to the right. How will that affect his stage results? Does he have to stop? He can't see anymore, Benji. He's blind. He flicks Vauquelin. Bro, the thing is, why would Vauquelin follow and then not relay? I guess he's not really doing any extra effort now. No one's doing any extra effort.
I don't think he wants to invest as much here. Then again, he's got a satellite rider up there.
Oh, yeah, the satellite rider. Holy shit. Okay, BNB. Someone fund this goddamn team. This team is doing the tactics Visma and UAE would wish they would do. They got a satellite rider on them after First Murder Britannia, the little red fire truck. Van Aert's moving Kevin Vauquelin across to him. He's looking over his shoulder too, Benji.
Yeah. Oh my god.
No, that's not the plan.
It's not the plan, but it would have been funny. Imagine Vauquelin attacking to cost you satellite rider. That would be a go-to strategy.
Bro. Wellens is riding behind. It's Haig on the wheel of Vauquelin.
Wellens is closing it though, but all of this will be the death nail in the coffin of Mr. Kostyou, he's like 50 meters ahead max at this point, but who will continue pacing now that Wout is gone?
That whole sequence didn't make any sense. Why did Van Aert attack? Why is Wellens chasing? Why is Vauquelin with them?
Jack Haig of all people.
Yeah, I think Haig.
Good move by
Haig just followed the wheels and he was there.
Him.
Solaire's now setting a tempo. So this is the wide road, 5% climb. Van der Poel's moving himself back into position. 12.7 k's left. Kostyou is still dangling, and Solaire's riding at about his pace now. Even though, I think this is a bluff pace.
But we were past the first Muur de Bretagne. It was relatively selective towards the top, but quite a few riders have gone back. It's now gradually descending for the next, I would say, 8-ish kilometers, 9-ish kilometers. The final climb is only 2 kilometers, 7.1%, but it's once again Muur de Bretagne, once again up to 16% in the middle with a steep gradient. So levels off towards the top. Does it leveling off towards the top change anything? To me, not really, because Mathieu was already suffering on the second last one.
To me, it's like UAE can actually be less aggressive now to win the stage.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they will be. I think they're going to it's going to be Adam Yates, then Narvaez, or some sort of order like that, because Almeida can't do it today. But in theory...
Marc Soler.
In theory, they just got to have a group of 5, right? A group of 5 and Pog just wins the sprint.
Yes, but I reckon Pogacar might attack on the steep part instead of just trying to win the sprint. And then We'll see how selective it is, but when Pogacar goes on a steep climb like that, we've seen what happens. Only Jonas can follow, and maybe he might not be able to follow depending on the day.
I think Pogacar's going to attack to actually take time, but Soler just tried to split it there. He actually started to ride quite hard. Jorgensen's on the wheel of Soler and Wellens.
When Soler does something, he does it to the best of his capabilities.
Are they trying to line it up before the descent? Are they trying to show how strong they are? I don't think it's that technical a descent. Is there more KOM points on this point? This little kicker?
No. It was on Mude Britannia only. Mude Britannia.
I thought maybe they were trying to control it for Wellens to take another point.
Maybe they're trying to say to Visma, what are you trying, boys? Or are you trying to make the race hard? See, we're going to make it hard ourselves, and you'll see what the difference is.
Remco moves himself up. He's got Van Wilder there. I have to say, Picnic have done a really good job this week, both in the sprint, the first sprint, but also for Bittner, but also Warren Barguil on this terrain has been outstanding for Onley, performed way above expectations, and he's got him in good position in the draft. Pogacar is in front of Narvaez. He's going back to Yates' wheel. Yates is on the wheel of Vingegaard, and I think Soler just wanted to be first through that descent. He just looked to Wellens to take over, and Wellens said, keep riding.
Soler's been working today, man.
Yeah. Who's the...
Who's who?
Oh, no, it was Lipovitz. I thought, was it Pithy?
No, I would guess Piffy might be gone already, to be honest.
Yeah, it's really hard. Barguil offering a drink to Only. Schkelmer's moving himself up on the right-hand side. Vauquelin in the middle. Where's Gregoire?
Remco around the same spot. I haven't seen Roglic yet.
Schoen's there. He's helping position Schkelmoser. Van der Poel does have one teammate, but they're quite deep in the group.
Now it's the run up towards Mude Britannia. On paper, Pogacar is the clear favorite, so he should be winning the stage from this position. Let's hope for the sake of the race that we see something surprising on the climb.
Wellens goes back a bit deeper. Maybe he's going to help position Pogacar when the real lead-out starts.
Yep. Rog is towards the back there, behind Lipovitz.
We've got Santiago Buitrago being brought up and positioned by Haig. Van Wilder's trying to move Remco up. Benoit and Van Aert are right at the back. Gregoire's being moved up with Madouas. So FDJ have two guys to position him, and now the drag race is really starting. They're trying to shoot from the back. Benoit going. The Alpecin teammate trying to move up on his wheel. And Van der Poel doesn't follow him. Van der Poel doesn't follow him. He keeps Remco boxed. The Alpecin, it would have expected Van der Poel to move up there.
Van Wilder also moved up without Remco earlier, so everybody's... Now Van der Poel is trying to move up on the right side.
Probably, on an easier moment, almost.
In the wheel of that Arkea rider.
Soler's not keeping the speed high enough.
Arkea have 4 riders, by the way.
Yeah, Arkea are really, really good.
These super teams, I think I'm going to miss Arkea.
Almeida just moved himself up. That's Almeida, right?
Yes. Wellens on the left side.
Just gave a bit on to keep Almeida cool. It's getting really narrow here. The fight's really starting. But they're still
now on the right side trying to secure his top 15 in GC.
It's nervous, but they're recovering. It's a pedaling descent for the front at like 60, 65, but in the wheels, they're all freewheeling behind Soler. So they are getting some recovery.
I think Vauquelin and Gregoire are both in the same spot there on the right side.
And I promised myself I got a really sore voice, so no shouting allowed today.
I'm also a bit dead in the legs because Mr. Luke, our producer...
Oh yeah, Luke tried to kill Benji.
He tried to kill me this morning. He picked me up and he said, Benji, we're going on a relatively flat hike. But sure, okay. We ride with the car to the top of Col d'Ordino. We step out of the car. We start our hike. 25 minutes, relatively flat. Oh, excellent. I'm feeling good. Luke looks to the right and he says, it's to the right. And I look to the right and I look up to the right and I see the top of a mountain right there. 350 meters isn't a long amount in distance. At 50 to 65%.
Dude, I know exactly where you turned right. Was that part of the original route? Oh, that's so steep.
He said it was an easy route.
That's a wall.
It took an hour and 20 minutes to do 300 meters in length.
Yeah, but it's literally climbing.
Yes. I was literally rock climbing.
We still have...
Magnus Midtbø was jealous.
We still have 6Ks to go till the start of the climb, Benji.
We do actually, but UAE's just hard pacing it to the bottom, so they're keeping up the tempo. They want to get to the bottom as fast as possible.
Wellens is on the radio. I would say the Ineos guy's got to go in front of Rodriguez. Rodriguez eating way too much wind back there. It's still a pretty big group of 30 riders. Maybe that's why Van der Poel's chilling, Benji. Like, we still have 7 minutes to the climb.
He has to chill also for the fact that he wasn't looking good on the previous climb, eh? Like, he wasn't dropping on purpose either, eh?
No, well, maybe big brain sliding?
Maybe it's big brain sliding, but on the other hand, if you have to big brain slide on the second last climb, then I assume you won't be the best on the last climb when you're fighting against Tadej fucking Pogacar.
You make a fair point there. Van Aert's moved himself up. Roglic old habits died hard.
In the wheel of out.
Yeah. Dunbar's there, I think, for Jayco. Dunbar, I think, is going to backdoor GC top 10.
I think it's possible. His climbing level, his level yesterday to reach towards that breakaway was good.
Exactly. And then if he does okay today, and then if he does a really good Paragood TT.
Yep. Watch out, Harry Sweeney Paragood TT after that Swiss down.
Exactly. Can Harry Sweeney, does he top? He might top 10 it. It's easier than it's not as steep as the Swiss one. Van der Poel just went on the radio for a little bit. Van Wilder's there with Remco, but we're still in this sort of holding pattern. Healy's there, but I think
after yesterday, mate,
can he?
Hard.
Can he? Oh, big crash at the back.
Oh, yo, fuck.
Enric Mas caught out. Huge crash. I don't know if Vauquelin, there's an Arkea. Two Bahrain guys are on the ground. Guillaume Martinez crashed.
Nervais? No.
Almeida's crashed. Almeida's crashed out and he's holding his wrist. Almeida's broken his wrist.
Fuck.
There's an Envy bike with the tire off. They're trying to give the bike to Almeida, but Almeida's clinging his left arm. It's just giving Dunbar his props.
Come on, man.
Fuck, is Jack all right? Santi's down real bad.
Santi's down real bad.
Almeida's clutching his left collarbone. But that's why they were positioning themselves into that point, Benji, because now they're trying to bring Healy back. I think they should just chill, frankly. Like, Healy just...
That sucks for the race, man.
That's so shit. Almeida was like...
It's also a massive loss for UAE. Like, Pogacar is the best rider in the world, but...
No, Almeida was fucking class in Swiss all year. Like, Almeida was the most... Was Almeida the third most winning rider in cycling this year?
He must be.
Like, we joked that he didn't win so much. They're putting him back on the bike. Machin's putting him back on the bike. It was just behind Schelmoser. Vermeersch was there. Horsch. No, Skelly brake checked him.
I think Schelmoser, yeah.
Almeida rolled okay. Almeida crashed really well. No?
I thought so too, but...
The way he crashed was really like a...
He looked hurt.
He looked hurt, but the way he crashed was really...
But he's back on the bike, right?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But the way he was clutching his... Maybe he just got a stinger. Hopefully it's just a stinger because he's a key mountain domestique. He is the key mountain domestique for Pogacar, but...
Santi and Haig looked the worst.
But then when you see the way that Almeida crashed, it's like he rolled really well, Roglic style. But the race doesn't stop. It's a smaller group now. The guys behind, they're not captured by the 3K rule. And the drag race and lead out still go. It's still Soler on the front. Visma got their training position. I think it's Aurelien Paris-Pantra positioning.
Let's hope Almeida's okay for the sake of the race.
I mean, it's good that he's been able to start and get back on the bike, Benji, but he looked... maybe he just got a stinger. I thought he broke...
At least he didn't hit his head or anything.
I thought he broke his collarbone.
It's okay to be back on his bike and ride to the finish line at a slow tempo.
I thought he broke his collarbone.
That looked bad. I thought he broke his wrist.
Yeah, because he was holding like the left wrist. Wellens moves up on the left-hand side. The drag racing begins. Wout van Aert's got to take over from Soler. He's waiting too long.
I'm going to sit up for this last 3 kilometers.
It's 1.3 Ks more or less until the climb starts. Ooh, more shimmying and shammying.
Trying to break your lights, mate.
Van Aert has to take over from Soler. Soler's all over the shop. Parapantra's doing a really good job, or whoever it is he washes over. Narvaez is at the back. Yates is at the back. They were not caught up. Lipovic. So we have Skelmoser. We have Lipovic. I think Roglic escaped unscathed. Benji, I didn't see him down.
I'm just glad you didn't see this.
Oh, you went again.
Still my water again.
I see Vauquelin still there. It was a different Arkea that crashed. But it's Santi, Enric, I think. I mean, I'm not sure if Enric's no way he's come back.
This does change the last climb. Almeida not being there reduces the lead out of UAE, reduces how hard the climb might be.
Almeida wasn't going to do the lead out.
Well, he could have paced a little bit. So Visma's definitely going to try and make it as hard as possible. I expect that. But maybe it opens up a possibility for a late attack now that I didn't necessarily see earlier.
Quentin Pacher pacing. He was in the break. He was in the breakaway with Van Aert in the Vuelta last year. Pacher's actually a very, very good rider. They extended him despite him. Is he like 35? They extended him for quite a few years. Wellens is now moving Pogacar up on the right-hand side. But where's his lead out, Benji? Where's Narvaez and Yates?
Well, Almeida's definitely gone, but I'm looking for the others as well. Remco's in the wheel of Pogacar. Moving up right on time, to be honest, all of them. Visma needs to get their momentum up again because they're losing positions into the bottom of the climb. Wout looks done for, so it's going to have to be someone else for the next. Benoit is still ahead of Vingegaard. I think that's Simon Yates still in the wheel, or where's Jorg?
It's Benoit, Jorgensen, and Simon Yates, but Wellens got the jump. And on that corner and surprised Visma, and then the rider's dropping the wheel behind. So if Pogacar goes here,
Vingegaard's not in the wheel, so
he's going to attack early.
Yeah. Pogacar will know that Jonas is not in the wheel, but he's actually in. Benoit is out of the way, so Vingegaard is now closing the wheel to Remco right now, spending a little bit of energy doing so.
Van der Poel's gone. Van der Poel's already gone. Buggy's there.
Pogacar goes.
Pogacar already goes.
Jonas in that wheel. Vauquelin trying to follow there as well, but he's on a gap, and it's going to be between the. Remco looks good at the moment.
Remco looks really good. No spoilers, Luke Refter.
Shut up, Luke. I'm sorry, but
we're waiting for the Remco attack, but there's the.
Oh. Remco, Tadej, and Jonas.
But this is what we said, Benji.
Remco pacing at the front at the moment. Pogacar in the wheel, Jonas then what?
What's Remco doing?
I don't know. He's keeping up the tempo. Maybe he feels like, okay, we saw
but
a Vingegaard weakness in the time trial. Maybe he's like, I'll try to push. But then again, Vingegaard's in the wheel. He's in the draft. So,
but Pog doesn't have to do anything, right? That's what we said. With Van der Poel out, Pog can ride this climb much more conservatively. He's got Narvaez coming back.
Just feels like he can drop all his other podium competitors. Then again, Almeida just crashed, so that's already gone anyway.
But yeah, Pog can just wait for the sprint here. He's got Narvaez just behind him. He's the fastest in the group. It's a flattish sprint, false flat drag uphill. He can just wait for the sprint.
Remco's trying to secure his podium is my take.
Vauquelin's launching it behind, bringing back Jorgensen. Only's there with Felix Gall. There's Axel Laurence is there.
Really?
Remco's really, really accelerating. Waiting to see if Pog goes over the top on the false flat section. Does he try to get Vingegaard? Pogacar's looking to see who's behind him. Is he going to let Remco's wheel go?
No, I don't think he'll let that happen because Pogacar wants to win the stage after his team spent so much energy for it.
Come on, Laurence. Laurence is fighting back. It's a much bigger group than I expected, Benji.
This is where a late attack could follow because who is going to control any late attacks now? Will Jorgensen do it for Jonas?
Narvaez will control.
Narvaez is at the back.
It's still okay to go.
Yeah, but if Vauquelin goes, will Narvaez be able to
Narvaez
control
can still win.
Let's see what happens here. Remco needs to move back a little bit and try and attack because riding at the front right now, you're the first rider that... You're the last rider to see that coming.
What is Remco doing?
He should move back in the group and try and set up a move.
Just go to the back of the group. Lipovic is coming back. I can't see Roglic. We're waiting for the... What is Remco doing, bro?
I think...
What, you're going to pace the whole front group? Narvaez is attacking or trying to move back to the front?
I don't think he's attacking. He's all in for Pogacar, so...
No, Pog will drop his wheel. Oh, no, Pog is...
Remco shouldn't be going to the wheel of Narvaez. He should be going to the wheel of Vingegaard so that it can surprise them.
Pog was going to drop the wheel of Narvaez.
Narvaez? No, I don't believe that.
This is the last 250 meters. It really levels off. For the last 500 meters, Narvaez is really bringing it back up to speed. The Pog attack might come here. He's had the sprint on Vingegaard.
I think that it's a sprint. I don't expect an attack by those three riders. I expect a sprint or an attack by the others at the back. But
Narvaez is making it hard. But this is the last steep bit. It really levels off here.
Can Jorgensen maybe put in a dig after Narvaez is now putting in his lead out? Pogacar is leaving a small gap behind Remco. Might be a...
Axel Laurence is cracking. Here it levels off. So can Narvaez keep it up?
Vauquelin is suffering at the back, though. I don't think those riders at the back can actually do anything anymore. Jorgensen seems like okay to maybe try something, but I think it might be just a sprint.
Wow.
Remco's looking solid today, mate.
Narvaez doing the lead out. Pogacar looking behind him, waiting for someone to anticipate. I think Felix Gall's going to jump.
Yeah, but
Pogacar goes early.
Remco on the right side, Vingegaard in the wheel of Pogacar. Remco is losing momentum here. Remco does not have a Pogacar versus Jonas. Pogacar versus Jonas. Pogacar at the front. It's going to be a 1-2. Pogacar takes it.
Pogacar wins. Easy win. Vingegaard second.
Gap on the others.
Oscar only third. Maybe a second gap behind.
Whew. Pogacar victory was expected today, but that was actually a really fun
But
climb.
Narvaez was so good. Narvaez saved it because otherwise there would have been attacks. He made... I mean, it's easy to say, why didn't they attack?
Yeah.
But
They were done
they
for
couldn't.
the back.
Narvaez had it in a line. Like, it's easier said than done. They're probably just thinking, don't get gapped.
I do think that Remco did not ride the best last 1.1 kilometers for his own chances.
No, it made no sense.
Like, at the end of the day, he needs to try and benefit from the rivalry of Pogacar and Vingegaard, and instead he's sitting in front of him waiting for a sprint.
If Remco goes in that moment from behind those two, who closes?
Yeah, that's a question. That's exactly
But he
what
never
needs to try.
he never asks the question.
No.
Like, why are you riding on the front? To keep Carlos Rodriguez behind.
Anyway, it's his problem.
The stage played out as we expected, in that with Van der Poel not there, Pogacar didn't have to really do anything special. Van der Poel, I think they completely misevaluated this stage. Like, he gets no green jersey points.
Yeah,
And they just spent the team controlling the break.
after yesterday, I didn't expect him to be competitive.
And now he loses yellow. But should Vingegaard have had a crack, Benji? Why did Vingegaard just wait?
Should Vingegaard have had a crack? Pogacar wins anyway if Vingegaard tries.
Most likely, yeah.
But that doesn't mean that he shouldn't necessarily try.
Yeah. Then Remco can counter, yeah. Anyway, that's the stage. Thanks for listening as always, and we're going to tie it up. We're going to watch to see when Almeida comes in, and then we're going to start the live podcast. Thanks for watching as always. Ciao, ciao, ciao.